Hey everybody, Blind Man Gamer here, and I'm gonna go live again before the holiday. Tomorrow's the holiday for Thanksgiving, so I hope you'll have a fantastic Thanksgiving with lots of turkey and football. But for tonight, I'm going to play a little Mass Effect again, or as my buddy would say, Mod Effect, and we're just gonna get this thing started here before I have to go do my day job. So we're just going to have a few hours of play. Then I'll probably not do any stream tomorrow, but I'll do a stream on Friday, hopefully. But anyways, just to sum up where we were at in the story, we just got command of our ship, and we were given some leads to follow in regards to the finding Saren and finding the the conduit, possibly, whatever that is. So we'll just go from there. So right now we're on the ship, and we're just gonna, before we fly anywhere, we're gonna actually just talk to everybody on the ship that we can. So let's start with Joker up here since we're here.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I just wanted to talk.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
How do you do your job?
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Let's change topics.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you get your nickname? Personal history.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Were you unhappy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I have to go.
The absolute zero background of space. The Normandy, however, is able to temporarily sink this heat within the hull. Combined with refrigeration of the exterior hull, the ship can travel undetected for hours or drift passively for days of covert observation. This is not without risk. The stored heat must eventually be radiated, or it will build to levels capable of cooking the crew alive. Another component of the stealth system is the Normandy's revolutionary Tantalus drive, a Mass Effect core twice the standard size. The Tantalus drive generates mass concentrations that the Normandy falls into, allowing it to move without the use of heat-emitting thrusters.
Okay, there we go. Oh, cool, I've got the private terminal. This has been modded in, so I can read emails now. I couldn't do that before in this game. Emails became a part of the system in Mass Effect 2 and 3, but they were never in the original Mass Effect, so that's been modded in. Hey, Incap, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yep, the Tantalus drive core. Actually came from an episode of Star Trek, the original series, where it was a psych hospital on a planet with the Tantalus machine or something like that. Dagger of the Mind, I think, is the title of the episode. Anyways.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
They're on our side.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Never turn away help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit, and those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
So, interesting little history tidbit. In the Mass Effect universe, all the Alliance frigates, the Alliance is the humans in the game, all the frigates are named for famous battles, like Normandy, which is the name of this ship. So this ship is the Normandy. It is a frigate, so that's why it has a name of a famous battlefield. Agincourt was a famous battle between the French and the English in the Middle Ages. The Iwo Jima, it came from the books. There's lots of famous names for battles, where historic battles took place in human history, and that's where the Alliance gets their names for all the frigates. And for the cruisers, I think it's the cruisers, they're named after cities on Earth. So, for example, Frankfurt, Tokyo, London, Chicago, you get the idea. So let's read the email. Message from Captain Anderson. Shepard, I'm sure you are already finding your marks as the new commander of the Normandy. Take care of her for me, will you? I forgot to tell you that I had the private terminal off the Normandy reconfigured to respond to your credentials. Although, if you're reading this, I imagine you figured it out. Anyway, I just hope you won't receive too much bad news. Good luck out there, Anderson. Admiral Hackett. Okay. Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre. It's a big honor. I know you'll do humanity proud. My name is Admiral Stephen Hackett, Commander of the Alliance 5th Fleet. We haven't met in an official capacity yet, but I'm sure that will change soon. As a Spectre, you, and by extension the Normandy and her crew, answer only to the Council now. That leaves your post as Lieutenant Commander in the Alliance in some kind of limbo that our beam counters are still trying to wrap their heads around. Shepard, I'll be clear, we didn't invest all those credits into the Normandy for no reason. We had several special operations in mind for that ship, and although we can no longer command you to carry out our orders, we still need those missions seen to. I'll be in touch soon with details of those special ops as and when. I know that your pursuit of Saren is your top priority, so any assistance you could provide for these missions would be greatly appreciated. Godspeed, Shepard. Okay, that was nice. Let's see, do we have anything else? Oh! Message from Engineer Marcus Grillo. I think that's Grillo. Congratulations on the new post. I just wanted to let you know that repairs to the M35 Mako IFV have been completed and the vehicle is ready for deployment. It's down in the cargo bay awaiting your orders. We've turned up the 55mm mass accelerator cannon. We've tuned up, and overhauled the onboard VI. It should be capable of some limited self-repair in the field now, as long as you have the Omnigel to spare. I'll recommend having someone on board with a specialization electronics to oversee the aspect and make sure it's running optimally. Also, we've taken the liberty of installing boosters on the rear of the vehicle. It's adapted from the same tech of the jump jets already installed, only this time it'll send you forward, not upwards. Hopefully it'll make the Mako feel a little bit less sluggish on the acceleration. Engineer, I can't pronounce that name. Let's see if I have any more. Message from Quarian Migrant Fleet. Okay, let's read this one. Captain Shepard Voss Normandy. Remember, to the Quarians, they always call the commander of a ship a captain, regardless whether he or she has reached the military rank of captain. Remember, Shepard's a lieutenant commander officially on paper, but there's also an old nautical tradition where regardless who's in command of the ship, they all always call him the captain. News vids have reached us here on the flotilla of your induction into the Spectres, as well as those that accompanied you as you prepared to depart from the Citadel. Firstly, I must congratulate you on your new appointment. It has to become apparent to us here at the flotilla that you have enlisted the help of one of the children of the migrant fleet. So I must warn you, Telizor is an impressionable young woman on her pilgrimage, not a soldier. We implore you to consider Telizor's safety as a matter of highest priority. If something unspeakable were to happen to her, the Admiralty of the migrant fleet would no doubt be inconsolable, and they may hold you and all those who stood by personally responsible. May you stand between your crew and harm as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars. Keela Salai, Admiral Rauzor Vas Arale. Okay, that's her father, so he's got a biased interest there. Let's see, do we have any more? It still says unread messages. Okay. Dossier forwarded from Special Tactics and Recon Headquarters. Let's see. Saren Arturus, male Turian, born 2139 and redacted Palaven. Palaven is a Turian homeworld. 2154 joined Turian military. 2155 promoted to active service. 2157 posted to Shenji during the Relay 314 incident. That was what the humans called the First Contact War. 2159 inducted into Special Tactics and Recon. Note youngest Turian to do so. 2159 to 2183. Numerous classified missions for STR. 2159 to 2165. Overseer of the STR. Special Tactics and Reconnaissance induction missions of Victus Rex, Nihilus, and David Anderson. Krennic, I think that's Krennic, and David Anderson. 2183, convicted in absentee of treason against the Council, stripped of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance status and medals. Notes, all operatives sent to monitor Saren have gone dark, including Matriarch Benezia, who has been seen recently to act on Saren's behalf. In addition, Saren commands an unidentified dreadnought of indeterminate origin, as well as having some measure of influence over the Geth. Saren's charisma, firepower, and influence should be under no circumstance be underestimated. Do you have any more new messages? Unidentified message from asteroid X57 Asgard Exodus Cluster. Transcript of audio file. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? They haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Please shut down this fusion. Hates humans, going to wipe us out. Please hurry. So that sounds important. We'll get that taken care of. Well, we got a bunch of unread messages. Okay. Message from Admiral Tactus Arn. I see we've got a new Spectre and a human to boot. Wonderful. I'm in command of a state-of-the-art combat simulator designed for special ops units. If you'd be so kind as to grace us with your presence, we here at Pinnacle Station would love to see how humanity's first Spectre handles a firefighter too. We're overdue a laugh. Find us in the Phoenix system, Argus Rio. Make sure you've downloaded the most up-to-date star chart of the region. We don't appear on the older versions. No doubt some FNG filed the damn thing wrong. Looking forward to seeing you in action, Commander Admiral Ahern. Okay, let's see more. Message from Gareth Shaichi. I can't read that. The last known position of my brother was at... Oh, that was the guy that I just spoke to previously. His ship, the Majesty. Let's see, what else do we have? Unread messages. Emily Wong reporting. Okay, news bulletin Emily Wong. Although there has been word on the streets for many years that the infamous Corin's Dens on the Secure Ward has been a hangout for local crime lords and drug dealers, FCC can totally report on this with certainty. Okay, this was the intelligence that these were the files I gave to her to produce for her story. Private terminal. No new messages. Okay, we read them all. Good. There's the Marines, and they're saluting again. Do you have anything to check back here? Now, remember, this is the communications room, but it's also where we have debrief after missions. Yeah, you better stand at attention, Marine. I'm the captain of the ship now. I'm gonna check out my quarters here. Personal manual. Examine. Okay. That's probably a codex entry. Let's see. Oh, private terminal. Unread messages. Do I have a codex entry? So yeah, the tradition is in the games there's always an email private terminal right next to where the galaxy map is, and the captain's quarters. No new messages. Okay, we'll probably get messages sent to us throughout the game. But let's talk to this guy again.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personal input.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Okay, he's short and sweet. Shepard's locker open. Cool, we got some more gear. These are the sleeper pods. So do we have a codex entry? We got a couple here, but I think these are the non-verbal type. I've already talked with Dr. Chakwas. She doesn't really have any new conversations for me. There's nothing back here yet to really do. So we'll go downstairs. This is the cargo bay. There's more crew that hangs out here. So let's talk to Rex, our favorite Krogan.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Personal inquiry.
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
Okay.
So long, Rex.
So that's kind of disappointing because they have this genophage, so they can't reproduce because of viable birth rates. So their entire culture is totally demoralized. So they're having to. They're at the point now where they're offering their services out as mercenaries instead of trying to do something. Rex here could potentially become a leader for his people, depending on how you play the game. Hint, hint. Let's talk to Ashley.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit?
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Don't blame yourself.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Dismissed. Oh, we got Garrus over here, and he's doing maintenance work on the Mako, the APC with the cannon on it. Let's talk to him.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Remember, he was a cop on this space station.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. C-Sec's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Okay. Chuck Shepard. We don't endanger innocent people if we can.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see his stock since we are still technically
Let's see
docked
what
at
you've
the
got.
Citadel.
You bet, Commander.
I still can't afford crap, but I just want to see what he's got now. I'll eventually get some of these master gear. Eventually. Right now, I'll just work with what I have. Since I did pick up some new stuff, let's see what we got here. I can still only wear light armor, but I've got better stuff. And I don't like to wear anything that doesn't show the N7 on the battle armor, so I'm kind of selective about which armor I put on my Shepard. So this is the engine room now. So let's speak to the engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
She
I'll tell her
bothering
to
you?
leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Yeah, yep, that was the Tokyo, remember? Cruisers are named after cities on Earth. Let's talk about the ship.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about
Giggity,
twice the
giggity.
size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
And we're talking about discharges. Okay. Let's ask about the stealth systems.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
So we're invisible?
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
FTL gives us away?
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Okay, I've asked him all the questions.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Let's talk to Tally now. She's a fan favorite too, by the way.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship is special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're into ships?
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
That was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Let's ask about the pilgrimage.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Do they always accept?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
There's also probably something about that where you don't want inbreeding among the Quarians, so that's why they get onto a new ship. So there's probably something about trying to create genetic diversity. Sounds dangerous, though.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
Let's change topics.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population
Sounds a little bit like China when they have the one-child policy.
Births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So, you're democratic?
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Let's ask about the Geth.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell me.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Isn't AI research illegal?
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But
Till it
what we
failed.
underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
The neural network?
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
Like a hive mind?
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
I don't get it. Why did they turn on you?
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
They defended themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everyone.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I should go.
See you later.
I should go. See, we got impassionment from Tally there. She's another fan favorite. And cute. She's probably the best romance in the entire trilogy, in my humble opinion. But anyways, there we go. But she does have that blind spot about the Geth, but remember, it's kind of a Battlestar Galactica situation, and they're now gypsies in space. So that's what's happening with them. But I got codex entries, so let's see what I got here. This is a bunch of the deeper stuff about their culture. They actually have, historically have, ancestry worship.
Faster than light, larger warships are generally classified in one of 4 weights. Frigates are small, fast ships used for scouting and screening of larger vessels. Frigates often operate in wolf-pack flotillas. Cruisers are middleweight combatants, faster than dreadnoughts and more heavily armed than frigates. Cruisers are the standard patrol unit and often lead frigate flotillas. Dreadnoughts are kilometer-long capital ships mounting heavy, long-range firepower. They are only deployed for the most vital missions. Carriers are dreadnought-sized vessels that also carry large numbers of fighters. Smaller vessels are almost exclusively used in a support role to the warships during combat. Fighters are one-man craft used to perform close-range attacks on enemy ships. Interceptors are one-man craft optimized for destroying opposing fighters.
Okay, So the humans are actually a little bit unique in the galaxy, because the humans are the only species that when they make up their military, they have carriers with fighters, but none of the other species in the galaxy, like the Turians, ever thought about doing that. So it's a very unique way to handle combat situations. Anyways, there we go. We've done the whole tour of the ship. Got some exposition. Background into the Krogan and the Genophage, and the Quarry and the Geth. So now we're going to travel. And this time, zoom out. Okay. Since this is modded, there's other things we can see. So we have markers here. Missing person, Pinnacle Station, anomaly, UNC missing survey team. So these are all different missions I can track down. But since I want to do this one, let's go to the dig site here. I think this is it. Anytime I come into a system, I try and do a full survey just in case I find anything here. Because there's things that you can pick up. Survey. Gas deposit salvaged. Large concentration of nitrogen. So we're looking for resources there, so. See, unknown, let's scan that. Carbon-used asteroid, let's see. Survey. A dark carbon-rich asteroid, radius 83 kilometers. Medallion recovered. Scans of the asteroid field and the protosystem. Cross system, that's Greek. Revealed some strange readings. Upon closer inspection, Navigator Presley detected the remains of an abandoned Solarian fighter. The only thing of interest on board was a League of One medallion. So that's kind of like a League of One. That's kind of like Solarian Special Forces. So if we find any of those, that might be interesting. But let's land at this point here. See, who do I want to take? Caden and Rex, there we go. We have a balanced team now on all three sides. Combat strength, tech strength, and biotic strength. So we'll accept the squad. Now we have leveling up to do, and we got more journal and codex entries. So we'll level up Caden here, because we haven't used him in a while. Do we have any more here? He specializes in assault rifles and shotguns. Although you can do all. Nothing really better there. Let's see, do we have... Take a look at the... Go to Artemis Tau. Valuable minerals. Locate signs of battle. We still have someone to level up? Oh. We still got points for you, buddy? Okay, we got 8 more. I guess we have to put some stuff in him now. Okay, that's taken care of. Codex entries.
The Citadel. Citadel space is an unofficial term referring to any region of space controlled by a species that acknowledges the authority of the Citadel Council. At first glance, it appears this territory encompasses most of the galaxy. In reality, however, less than 1% of the stars have been explored. Even Mass Effect FTL drive is slow relative to the volume of the galaxy. Empty space and systems without suitable drive discharge sites are barriers to exploration. Only the mass relays allow ships to jump hundreds of light years in an instant, the key to expanding across an otherwise impassable galaxy. Whenever a new relay is activated, the destination system is rapidly developed. From that hub, FTL drive is used to expand to nearby star clusters. The result is a number of densely developed clusters, thinly spread across the vast expanse of space, connected by the mass relay network.
So that's different than Starfield, where everybody's all clustered together. Close to where Earth is. Geological survey. Okay, well, let's save this puppy.
Commander, I'm clicks away from the drop zone.
Okay, so this is a dig site. So we don't want to drive into that lava, that's for sure. This would not be the place I'd want to spend my vacation. Just saying. Now there's a guest ship right there. Let's see what they drop. So now they're shooting at us. I took that one out. There. That one's taken care of.
Only a fool punches a knapsack in the mouth. He should sneak around and pull his tail.
I agree, but I'm gonna take these out anyways. Just for XP. See, I'm leveling up already. Is there a third one? There we go. I'm still gonna drive around. This is the sideways. So I agree with you, Rex, but I don't, so... Took care of it anyways without much sweat. I love using that heavy cannon right there. That one's fun. We got squad upgrades here. We got more codex entries. Let's see. Charm. Okay. Now I can put on medium armor onto this guy. Eventually. Oh, we have to level up these guys too. Alrighty, let's see. What do I want to put on this guy? We got more gear, so that's nice. Someone's launching the RPG yet. Kind of hard to drive and keep track of your enemies sometimes in this thing. There you go. There are some more enemies inside.
Negative contacts, Commander.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Why can't I go? Oh, there we go. Sometimes you get a little glitch like that. There we go. Now he's gonna flop around. That was a funny little glitch. He just flopped around a little bit. Okay, we'll decrypt this. More stuff, okay. Okay, we got that one open. Now we gotta go get the other one open. We don't have to, I don't think, but I'm a completionist, so I do everything. There you go. Spray and pray.
Just the way I like them.
Spoken like a Krogan. Remember, they all say something unique once you talk to them.
At least it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
Hell of a place. At least it's a dry heat.
It's not quite like Arizona. It's probably a little hotter than Arizona.
Nothing but rocks, dirt, and lava. Reminds me of home. 50 degrees hotter and I might start to feel comfortable. How are you mammals doing, Shepard?
Because the Krogan are reptilian. Let's check this one out, see if there's anything in here. Nope, don't see anything. It's still worth a check. See, that's where I blew out the 3. So it's this way. Let's see if I can level up some of our stuff now. Oh, cool. Oops, that one is kind of... There we go. That one's taken care of. That one's taken care of. They're no sweat. Nothing over there. Another guest ship here. It took care of that one. Oh, we got another level up, I think. Cool. Okay, let's see what we have here. Decryption. Let's level up electronics here. Okay, well, we're gonna put on Rex here. There we go. We got more equipment here. Okay, now we're gonna drive up here. And then through this tunnel. There we go. Blow them out before they take you out. Oh, that's lava. Let's see. It's over here. My counter still shows I'm running at about 140 frames a second, so... Oops. Then I run into the tunnel like that. There, your cover's all disintegrated, buddy. Let's save here. Now this is the part where I have to get out, because this is all on foot from here. Just checking the time real quick. I still got a couple of hours till I have to go to work. There we go. I like that sniper. See, there we go. Now I have to go around this corner here. Took him out. Oops. Suppose I could have used the sniper over there. Now that battle is a chore to get through. The first time I played this game, I remember this battle. This entire series of battles was a chore to get through.
Hostile contact.
Gotcha. Now you're gonna flop around again. Can't tell where they are exactly. Oh, behind that cover. Alright, we'll advance. Cutscene. Uh-oh. This one's big. Why didn't I take the cannon off my tank? That dude took off my shields. Yep. There I died. That little froggy guy has to go. And Rex died already. He's the toughest and he's dead. Shit. Whew.
You're good to go.
That Geth Stalker, that's the most important one. Let's change our coverage. My sensors have been jammed too. See that little bugger? That's the most important one to take out there, because that little bugger up there, that one can jump all over the place. I guess that big guy isn't as important as the little bugger. He's gonna cause my assault rifle to overheat again. There you are. Fortunately, this box is indestructible. Without shields now, so I'm kind of vulnerable. There, took him out. That was the most important one right there. Now I have to get out this guy. Weapon overheated. There, I got him. So I think there's just one more. Now I can Leroy it a little bit. Whew, that battle was hard. Yeah, those stalker guys, those guys that climb up everywhere. Do I have one more? Says they're unavailable. Do I have one more guy here? There is one more. There's a red dot here. Ah. There. Got him. Okay. You guys good? You guys miraculous? You guys were risen from the dead. Okay. See what kind of equipment we got. Okay. All right. So that was that. That was a heck of a battle. Now we're back. So go in here. there. Took you out, took you out. Got you too. I think that's all of you.
Long way down.
See.
Yes, sir. On your order. Ready to move.
See, these are more generic.
Let's get moving. No sense standing around. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, we got more. Oh, these are assault drones.
Sterile white. Protheans sure build things homey. Let's get moving.
Waiting for orders.
Cool, okay. See, yep, this is a Prothean ruin here. And we're looking for Liara Tassoni, who happens to be an archaeologist. So think of her like Space Indiana Jones. Uh-oh. Elevator problems.
Hello? Somebody help me. Please?
There we go.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
We just need to figure some way past this energy field.
It's a Prothean barrier curtain. I knew it would keep me safe from the Geth. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please.
Stay calm.
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Okay, there's a Krogan with the Geth. Well, I brought my own Krogan, so we're all good on the Krogan front. Do we have more? I think that's all of them. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we have anything else around here. Okay. There we go. Anything else to loot? Now, we have to find a way. Now, originally this was a mine. We must have uncovered the Prothean ruins, and that's why there's no more miners here. But there is a archaeologist that got stuck, so we have to help her now. So we have to enter the code. There we go, finally. So now we have our way in.
Yes, sir. On your order.
I thought there was going to be some special dialogue there. There's the elevator. Where is this? Oh, sorry. Anyway, that's a cool look. It's Prothean tech is always the holograms are green as opposed to orange. So that's kind of cool to have it look different than all the other tech for all the other species. So these are green too. So now we have to get her out. Save it first.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
Superior firepower? No, I'm not going to say that.
We have to get you out of here before more Geth arrive.
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to last a lifetime. That button should shut down my containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on! I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
The conduit, but I don't know.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
Not much margin for error.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
How? I always thought that was funny. How are you gonna kill him if you die in there? Oh, there's your Krogan. I have my own.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
This battle was always trouble, too.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
Keep moving, keep moving. Concentrated fire on the Krogan.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
He saved us.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
50 years?
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I might know.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
How do you know this?
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
Who came before them?
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
I can help you.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
The beacon.
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions? Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or...
Somebody's jealous.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
You can still help us.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yes.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
She wants to help us.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
It was.
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
So, I do a mission, then I make a report to the council, and they're short-sighted because they're a bunch of politicians. Let's see. And I can level myself up again. Cool. Let's see, what do I want to level myself up to? Decryption. Now, advanced shield boost. Let's see if we got any more codex entries here. The cipher. We need the cipher to understand the beacon, basically. So now that we're done, we can go walk around our ship again. Unread messages. Okay, let's see what we have here. Ship status report from Navigator Charles Presley, XO. While you were away on mission, things here on the Normandy were uneventful. The most excitement we had up here was upon your return. I must say it would have been rather thrilling to watch those lava geysers erupt if we hadn't been swinging around in our harnesses as Joker avoided them. Commander, I know we spoke about this before, but I have to ask, is it wise to have another alien on board the Normandy, especially one with close ties to Saren's top lieutenant? She might say that she hasn't spoken with her mother, but how do we know she's telling the truth? I don't mean to be inflammatory nor question your decisions. I just think caution ought to be warranted. Okay. Duly noted. Let's see, do we have any more? Message from Shepard Fan 3000. Is this Conrad? Let's see. Hello, Commander. I do hope this reaches you. I paid Evolas 300 credits to get your extranet address for me. I just wanted to say again that it was an honor to meet you in person, Commander. Shepard, let me know when you're back on Earth. I'd love to buy you that drink sometime. Thank you for your service. All the best, Conrad Werner. Well, that's nice. Do you have any more? Message from Erdnot Rex. Shepard, come down to the cargo bay. I wanted to talk to you about Saren. Okay. That's interesting. Anything else? No new messages. Okay. Now, most of these guys don't have any new dialogue. Let's take a look at this panel. Get a codex entry. That's cool. Let's examine this. Another codex entry.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my metal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
You sure you want that?
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I can't really ask anything else.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
I have to go. I should go.
Fast ship mobility dominates space combat. The primary objective is to align the mass accelerator along the bow with the opposing vessel's broadside. Battles typically play out as artillery duels, fought at ranges measured in thousands of kilometers, though assaults through defended mass relays often occur at knife fight ranges, as close as a few dozen kilometers. Most ship-to-ship engagements are skirmishes between patrol vessels of cruiser weight and below, with dreadnoughts and carriers only deployed in full-scale fleet actions. Battles in open space are short and often inconclusive, as the weaker opponent typically disengages. Once a ship enters FTL flight, the combat is effectively over. There are no sensors capable of tracking them or weapons capable of damaging them. The only way to guarantee an enemy will stand and fight is to attack a location they have a vested interest in, such as a settled world or a strategically important mass relay.
Okay. Heat load monitor. Let's see. Because remember, the drive core does overheat. But I talked to everybody, so since I did a mission, I'm going to talk to everybody again.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni. Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes. I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
No, Commander. Just art appreciation.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Speak your mind.
Malenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
That's alright.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
You doubt it was accidental?
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. anything Canatix did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Canatix kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Time to talk then? Or time to get physical? Well, we're gonna ask about time to talk then.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich, but she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Did you love her?
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same, but things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
You can talk, you know.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. We got more stuff in here. Cool. Again, the doctor. No dialogue from her. But now Liara's here. We'll talk to Liara Tassoni.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
I was worried.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
She's the best.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
I know.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Let's ask about Asari culture.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Rumors?
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
How is that possible?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What about the other parent?
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
What about the age difference?
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Who was your father?
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people.
She's a pureblood.
Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
You don't know that.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Benezia.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
You sound troubled.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to ask about you now.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must get lonely.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau. I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Why is that?
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
It's not foolish.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
I'm fascinating?
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Relax.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
No, this conversation did happen.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Okay, so basically the Asari are monogendered, so they can mate with any species for genetic diversity again. So they look female to humans though. So there might be an explanation for that. They do have a birthing canal, so, you know, there's that. I assume they have a birthing canal. Anyways. Alrighty, let's see. I probably got another hour here that I can game. Let's talk to Rex. He sent us the email.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
You knew Saren?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
Saren recruited you?
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What was he doing?
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was it?
What cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's it?
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
I see.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Okay, so there you go. So he saw Saren once on a when he was doing a mercenary contract. And I have my own theories about what the ship, I think the ship was Sovereign, which is the flagship that Saren is using. Or twitching.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
Because they're not Alliance?
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust aliens?
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing alone.
I don't think we should turn down allies. I just think we shouldn't bet everything on them staying allies. As noble as the Council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
How cynical!
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist calls a realist. Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it isn't human. It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
Why do you feel that?
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
Military family.
I come from a military family too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know.
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, sir. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
Okay. You deserve better.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I understand your feelings.
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
What about me?
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir. If you ordered me to kiss a superior officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would make it an illegal order. I'd be required to decline and relieve you of command. Sir.
Giggity.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least, I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Don't be cruel.
I don't think she's used to teasing. Good-natured or otherwise.
No fun, Commander. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Okay. Let's talk to Garrus again.
Commander, how are you?
You and Seasick.
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Such as?
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best.
Did you have a thin blue line flag?
Hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the
Thin blue line and a background of stars?
He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
A Spectre?
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I see.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Not true.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Alrighty. There you go. And I got a codex entry about Turians. But Ashley does bring up some valid points about the non-humans on the crew, but I do believe we have to work with them as this is a unilateral or multilateral mission. So let's go ahead and talk to Tally.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
You sound down.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth, it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
It's too quiet for sleep?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
You're homesick.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
But you're going back, right?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
We got some codex entries here. I'm gonna save that. And then we're gonna go back upstairs to the CIC and plot our next course. I've only got an hour, so I'm gonna do some more fetch questy stuff in the meantime. Then I might go back to the Citadel. So that was one system in this cluster.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Okay, that was the, sorry, that was in the lounge. That was, didn't want to talk to us before. We will talk to her again eventually. Survey. Gas deposit surveyed. Huge amount of free oxygen. Okay, we'll take that. Nothing in the asteroid belt. Nothing there. That's an ocean planet. Let's see, do I have anything else in this system worth checking out? Let's check out this system. Okay, I can land here, but I'm not going to land yet. I'm going to do a full survey of the system. Matriarch's writing. So that's another collectible you have to get, is Matriarch's writings from the Asari. Dotted all around the space. Is there anything in this asteroid belt? Light metal. The raw material, Povok. Survey. Gas deposit found. Xenon. Since we can land here, we're gonna. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna take Liara. That's an equally balanced team of tech, combat, and biotic. It gives us a chance to level up our squad. And she hasn't been leveled up at all, so we got 34 points to sink in. I still got 20 points. $14. $7. Okay, she's all leveled up. Oh, we got 20 points to put into him. Sorry diplomacy, sorry writings. So let's take a look at the map here. So this is where we landed. We got several different things we can look at here. There's a stronghold, so that might be interesting. There's an anomaly, there's some debris. So let's go for the debris first. This planet is a level 1 hazard. We might run into a thresher mob. Okay, there it is. It looks like some old Soviet rocket or something, but that wouldn't have made its way out here. There we go. Now let's get back on the Mako. What do we have here? There we go, let's see. Another matriarch's writing has been discovered. Now I'll check out what's happening at the Syndicate base. Well, first we'll go over here, because this is a point of interest. Thermium deposit. Alrighty. That's so fun. Do we have anyone else? Got you. Okay, we got them. So those look like mercenaries. So let's go in here. Pirate. Oh, I'm dead. That's why I save constantly. This time I'm gonna behave a little differently. Almost died again. There's at least one more enemy here. Is that all? There's probably one more upstairs. Okay. There we go. We got another level up again. Okay, this is kind of cool. Now we're up to level 10. Decryption. There, I've burned all of my points there. Let's see. Let's level you up in stasis here. Okay. Easy decryption. Alrighty. That's taken care of. Okay, what do we have in here? Desk, we have a computer. Let's take a look. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Asana Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters. You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasani with this. Download evidence. See, she just contacted us about that too. Hard decryption. There we go. After three attempts there, or 4. Let's try this. Hard decryption. Try it again. Finally got it. Okay. Let's see, do we have anything else here? See if we have... Let's go inform Nasana. Okay, let's go take a look at the equipment that we have here. Cool, we got an assault rifle that'll do a little higher now. Improved sighting for a blind man. Okay. I could do the medium armor, but I won't do it unless it has Onx on it. So since that was a quest update, we'll save it. Don't think there's anything else to loot up here. She doesn't really use anything other than pistol. There's one more thing over here, I guess. Okay, that wasn't an important enough mission to really go talk to people, so we'll just continue. Zoom out. We don't have anywhere else we can go in here. We're gonna go back to the Citadel now. Unread messages. From Liara to Sony. Hello, Commander. I hope you don't mind me sending you a message like this. It may not be appropriate. I'm sure you have a lot of important business to take care of, and I wouldn't want to bother you. But I just learned that you have developed an interest in the works of Matriarch Delangia. I thought it would be worth informing you that I have copies of 4 of her writings. I'm sending them to you immediately. These writings have profound meanings and importance for the Asari, and deeply influenced our beliefs and philosophies. I could talk about this for days, but this is not the place. Of course, if you read them and want to share some thoughts, I would love to hear and discuss. I apologize once again for bothering you with this. Liara. Well, she didn't bother me. Okay, well that was it. Since I picked up Matriarch writings.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
This is a mod. Because we're not in military garments here. Or we're not in battle armor, I should say. We're in our casuals. Admiral.
Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You in the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. And the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
Think of it as an opportunity.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
She's not over-designed.
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander. Useless in a stand-up fight. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
Sorry?
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
It's Turian design.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates, rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
We can loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship. We're supposed to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
They're allies.
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
You need to build bridges.
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
He's pompous. Okay. Now let's go in the elevator.
Now that you have experienced a Spectre's life firsthand, Garrus, do you regret leaving your security position?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
I am unsure how the imminent destruction of all organic life beats anything, but your enthusiasm is comforting nonetheless.
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Girard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar.
How can I help?
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she all right?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die.
There's missing dialogue there.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to. She's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Okay. So there's that. But in the meantime, though, let's see. That's been modded in, by the way. Because that's only there if you choose the colonist background. But since I'm playing the game modded, it's there too.
Did you know Citadel Security is the largest multi-species law enforcement agency in Council space? It was the Turians who first suggested creating a single organization to maintain order on the Citadel. Perhaps that is why more than half the force is Turian. Did you know Citadel Security is the largest multi-species law enforcement agency in Council space?
Okay.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another profile in courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more profiles in courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance Military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you?
Oh, Emily Wong. Okay.
Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
That seems like a step down from wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried about. I just need to hear and see them in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous. Traffic at the Citadel has increased by 300% in the last century, but traffic controller resources haven't kept up. We already have several last-minute wave-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
Results of story.
If you crack this story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The Council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
Excellent. Just place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
Alrighty. Let's go to the embassies. Let's go check out the human embassy first.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
Alright, well. He's pompous too. Now let's apply the thumb screws to Nasana.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I'm glad you're here. I must talk to you about my sister Dahlia. She's been kidnapped by slavers.
I know the truth.
Dahlia's dead, Nasana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
I've got a better deal.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits. But I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Okay.
Thank you for all your help, Shepard.
See, that was that all nicely wrapped up.
Interesting. Remarkable. Nature and technology combined in one elegant whole. This is truly magnificent. Most Prothean architecture I see is in ruins. The sheer size of this place is overwhelming.
Got a moment, Spectre?
Okay.
Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How do you know me?
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
Known crimes.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to the Terrians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
You're obviously with them. Why don't I just arrest you instead?
Arrested for what? You and I are simply having a conversation. I have excellent legal representation. Arresting me would be a waste of your time.
I eliminate them, and then you take over and try to eliminate me. How stupid do I look?
While I appreciate your estimation of my bravado, I have no intention of attempting to murder you. You are the first human Spectre, and you are doing important work for humanity. I have no interest in red sand or slavery. Anyone who does deserves to die. Our needs are aligned.
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
I won't do this.
Find someone else to do your dirty work. I want no part of a gang war.
Here are the coordinates nonetheless. What you do with them is your decision. Could you really let these men live, knowing that you can stop them? Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, there's another quest.
I'm telling you, this is not what Jake would want.
Who are you to tell me what my husband would want?
I'm the only person making sense right now. You're endangering your baby.
This baby is the only thing I have left of Jake.
They're arguing over what to do about the baby.
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Can I help you with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
Basically, WebMD.
Genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
It's basically WebMD in the future. Space WebMD.
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term
See?
complications we don't know
Extranet
about.
articles, WebMD.
Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
Let her choose.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
Still her choice.
I know you want the best for your brother's child, but this isn't your decision.
Of course it is. I'm the closest thing to a father this baby is going to have.
And act like it.
Then support the baby's mother. Stand with her when she makes tough decisions.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
Anyways, there you go. Space WebMD.
The Keepers never paid much attention to that reason. I always found that a little strange.
This statue shows how well the Protheans blended function and form. The mass relays were not only their greatest technological achievement, but also inspiration for beautiful works of art.
In entertainment news, Francis Kitt has announced plans to direct Hamlet with Elcor cast members. The production will open dramatic theater to the Elcor with a Hamlet who uses Elcor body language and pheromones. Kitt claims that he's also excited by giving a human audience the chance to judge Hamlet by his deeds and not his emotions.
These are the council chambers. And for someone who's in special forces, you sure is short of breath. I want to talk to this guy up here again.
No, I'm waiting to... Commander, is there something you need? If not, I've got some things I need to take care of.
I have to go, Admiral.
Commander.
Okay, he still won't talk to us. Let's go to the wards. We'll use the fast travel system. I'm gonna place the bug in here.
Captain, I assure you we're moving as fast as we can. Please remain patient until a berth can be cleared. Destiny Ascension. We're gonna have to ask you to gain some distance. Your mass is disturbing ward rotation.
There we go. That's done. Well, they ran into walls there.
Celebrations are being planned for the anniversary of the end of the Rachni Wars. Many Council worlds, particularly Asari and Solarian colonies, will hold victory parades to commemorate the defeat of the invading Rachni. In a rare admission of debt, several Asari colonies have invited Krogans to be honored for the victories the uplifted Krogans made possible. In a further development in the Eden Prime investigation, the Council has reportedly revoked the Spectre status of one of its operatives. While the unnamed operative has not yet been apprehended, a Council spokesman confirmed that corrective actions had been taken.
Anyways, guys, appreciate you all hanging out with me. I do have to shut down this stream. I'm probably not going to do another stream tomorrow for the holidays, so I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. But I'll probably be back on Friday to do another one. In the meantime, though, I do thank you all and wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the football